and welcome to the WHYcast, episode 26. I'm Nancy.
I'm Matt.
And we are the hosts of the only podcast about a hackercamp in the universe. This volunteer-run event will take place this year in the Netherlands, approximately 42 kilometers north of Amsterdam from August 8 to 12, 2025. So, Ad, what are we talking about today?
As every week, we are talking about the news. We are talking about where to hack. We still have an interview from when we were at Hacker Hotel. And also one, I think, from Hack 42, the in-person Orga meet. We still have a vacancy, which has been dragging on for a bit.
More than one, but this is most definitely a vacancy. Yeah.
An important one as well, yeah. And unfortunately, no listener questions.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, but so that's okay.
Keep those coming. But first, let's dive into the news.
Yes. So, did you have a good Pi Day, Ad?
I did have a good Pi Day, because 3/14 is Pi Day, and we do like numbers here. And
Friday, WHYday, Pi Day.
Yes, it all rhymes. And what I saw on the social media is there are more people who like numbers, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
And if we're talking about Friday, today is a Friday, is a Y day, but it's also a CTF day, because the CTF teaser round is starting today. So get over to ctf.WHY2025.org and see how you can participate in this teaser round for the big CTF at the event. Also, if you look back at episode 24, we have an interview with Thijs, and he tells everything about the CTFs and how that works.
There's also a short on our YouTube channel in which Thijs explains in minutes what a CTF is. So if you have never heard of it, it stands for Capture the Flag. If you have never heard of it or never have participated in one, that's a great place to start. And also, from what I remember, it is beginner friendly. So if you like puzzling games, escape rooms, quests, things like that, please consider joining in because you will probably have loads of fun. So look at the full episode or look at the short and start playing today. Cool.
Yes, absolutely.
And let me check the ticket sales. At the moment of recording, we have less than 900 tickets left. 886 for now, and probably when this episode comes out, even less. So grab your tickets.
Yes.
And also, we had someone saying in the last Orga meet, I'm missing out on the merch on the main page of the website, the homepage of the website. It might be on there right now. I'm not quite sure yet. But if it's not on there, you can find the merch in the ticket shop as well. So if you go to tickets.WHY2025.org, you can find all the amazing merch over there.
It's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah. There is quite a bit to choose from. But beware, it's only a pickup at the event. So you also need a ticket to be able to get your merch.
Yeah. We are not sending things to anyone.
Nope.
So you can buy merch when you're at the event to pick it up at the event.
Yes. And somewhere at the end of April, maybe the beginning of May, but then the merch will actually get ordered. So make sure you order before that, because otherwise they don't have enough time to manufacture it for us.
Yes. So if you want merch, be swift in ordering it. There are some glow-in-the-dark elements. There are kids themed. There are numerous cool things, hats, bags, and whatnot. So most definitely go and check that out.
Definitely. You said people were mentioning this at the Orga meet, and this is something that sounds a bit spooky perhaps, but we do have a bi-weekly online Orga meet, which is for all the teams, for all the members of the teams. And if you think, well, I'm not a member of a team, but I am very curious and I might want to join a team, feel free to also join in. All the information is on the wiki. If you open the wiki, wiki.WHY2025.org, there's meetings on the top left in the menu. And there you will find whenever the meetings are, a link to the new Jitsi server, and also for the 5th of April, because the next Orga meet is the 26th of March, but then the 5th of April is a very special one, because that is a field day.
A physical meet.
Yeah, physical meetup. We'll go to Geestmerambacht, and we're going to check out the field and also just get all the teams together and get stuff done, because that is something that really works well when you're actually physically all in one location and be able to talk to each other.
And if that's too far away for you in the future, let's have a look on where to hack. Each week we will share where you can find why-minded people, where to hack.
So as mentioned before, the local hackerspaces in your area will probably also participate in the Open Hackerspaces Day on Saturday the 29th. So make sure you look up your local hackerspace and go visit, or maybe visit another space that you don't regularly visit. Maybe take a look at a city over or the other side of the country. What they are doing, yeah. Make it a road trip. Visit 3.
Why not?
Why not?
Awesome.
Talking about 3, number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3, Robert, that was on the episode last time. Together with Florian, they also did an interview at Hacker Hotel, interviewing each other.
Yeah.
And from what I understood, you had a bit of editing to do there.
I had loads of fun editing it. Yeah, they were speaking to me often in this interview, like, Nancy, can you please cut this out? So
breaking the fourth wall.
Luckily enough, they had a lovely conversation about all the things surrounding Family Zone and what that
entails.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. So what that entails. Also, I gave some ideas on there will be talks for kids. You can send in a talk through cfp.WHY2025.org. That is lovely named. Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, but for real. I think that's amazing. So let's also have some content for kids. In the interview, which has been a month ago, they were talking about 10% of the tickets is sold to children under 16, which still stands, because in the interview they're talking about 200 tickets. I think it's approximately 230 right now. So there are 230 visitors that are younger than 16 at Why. I think that's amazing. Also, they're trying to figure out if kids can help being an angel, so volunteering on the terrain as well. Helping out with maybe some cooking or I don't know, in the volunteer kitchen or so if you listen to this and you are a part of a team in the organization and you know that you have some shifts that can be done by kids, please reach out to the volunteer team or the Family Zone team.
Or at least something that can be done with a kid present. So it could be that the parent is doing the thing and the kid just joins in, because that would foster the sense of participation, which is one of the cornerstones of this event. It's not just be there and consume, it's also being part of the event. Yeah, co-create, exactly. And
get them while they're young, right? So if we can start them off volunteering and doing cool stuff when they're young, and by that enjoying the event even better, let's make that happen, because these will be the future organizers of the next camps. So I think it's a great idea to involve them as much as possible.
So let's listen to Florian in number 3.
Welcome to WHYcast at Hacker Hotel 2025. We're here with Florian doing something for Family Zone, but you can share that yourself.
All right. Yeah, so the idea is that we want to make all of these hacker camps inclusive to all age groups. And to do that, we've been organizing a family area of sorts at a couple of camps these last couple of editions. We're calling that family zone these days, not village, because that's kind of a little bit of a nuance. But the essence is we have like a major field where families and their kids can just roam around, and we'll arrange all sorts of fun stuff. I don't know, in the past ages we've done sand pits, ball pits, bouncing castles, exactly. All of that. So it will be loads of fun. And we will also try and do hacker-type workshops. Hello, Dex. Hacker-type workshops for young kids as well.
So that was Dex. And since when was he coming to these camps?
Yeah, Dex has been with us since SHA. So, and he was quite young at the time, and the sandpit was awesome. But he's learning and he's doing new stuff every edition. So, yeah, that's cool.
So you were telling us that this all started. Do you remember when the family zone thing started? Do you have any recollection?
To be fair, I don't, because I started getting involved with it since I had a kid.
Yep.
And I think that's true for most people. Yeah.
So I've been around and started at Heart 2009 already. So that was the first time we had a family zone, cool. Family village, and to make the events more family friendly. So do you know how many tickets have already been sold for kids under 16?
Oh, that's a good question, and I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's around 9 to 10% since these last couple of editions that we have under 16.
Yeah, so yesterday we looked at the numbers and it's already 200 under 16. So it's growing strong. So will there be workshops and other talks by kids, 2 kids or 4 kids?
There most definitely will be. I don't know by kids, but for kids there will most likely be some. And actually there is a special section in the CFP that we can flag for child-friendly or child-targeted content. Mm-hmm. So we'll be looking at that together with the guys from Teen Content.
So if you have anything you want to share with kids and you talk as kid-friendly, then please do it. Put it in the CFP and make sure that it gets in. Do you need any help yet with organizing the village or the family zone?
Yeah, that's going to be something to work on. Okay, so what we really are looking for now is we have the main lines of things that we have planned is already going. What we need to add now is more ideas. So people who have cool ideas, kids that want to do a specific thing, whatever it is, however odd it may be, just come up with it and put it on the wiki so we can actually look at it and see if we can make a budget for it. In the past, you know, we've done scavenger hunts, we've done balloon folding workshops with Frank. There's been rocket launching. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so all sorts of weird ideas, bamboo building things, whatever you can think of, put it out there. And if enough people like it, then we'll make room for it. And that's the main thing.
So if there's 200 kids, then there must be 200 parents. So the zone, how big is the zone, and can they go to bed early? How does that work in that area?
That's a good question. Over the last couple of editions, we've had quite the experience together with the guys from terrain and logistics to actually think about how does audio, how does noise work, yep, so that we can accommodate even the young kids going to sleep a little bit. You know, it's a camp. There will always be noise, but it's definitely something that we keep in mind and try to keep a little bit away from the really noisy party areas. Yeah. Yep.
So let's skip to the next part. So you've been going to these events for many years. So could you share your first camp experiences? So what was your very first camp that you did?
Oh, we have to go way back because I'm like gray already. Our first camp, it was HIP 97, and I was there together with a lot of guys from the university, the Data and Adrenalo crew. We had a lot of fun there together with those people. We hauled in lots of projects, two of which I think that are really fun to mention and that come in my recollection as well. We had a HackMe over there, which was a machine that we had hooked up with a siren.
Okay. We're here with Florian at Hacker Hotel, and we're going back into history to his very first camp. So what was your first camp, and do you have great stories about that camp, what you remember?
Yeah, so my first camp, it was HIP 97, and it was a lot of fun. I was there together with the guys from my university at the time. Data Adrenalo was the club. And we had a lot of fun there. I think there's two really mentionable projects that we had. One was a HackMe server that we put out there, and it had a flashing light on top of it, so people could, once you could elevate your rights to admin, you could actually make that thing do stuff. And it was so smothering hot in that tent that I a couple of times had the idea like we might faint because of all of that. Hydration was a theme at the time. But it was very exciting to see what was happening on that machine because it was weird stuff. And I am actually not sure anymore whether or not that thing actually was made to flash. But I know that some people have been really, really close. And I think that they just didn't do it perhaps because they didn't want to trigger knowing what happened there. But anyway, that was fun, and lots of digital tinkering to attach stuff to the printer port and try not to blow it up.
So you said you had two recollections there. So
yeah,
Acme was one.
That's correct. Yeah, and the second one was actually kind of crowdsourcing our costs to go there because at the university we had a storage beneath the student housing flats, and we had lots of serial terminals at the time, lots and lots. And we thought, well, we may as well bring them, right? So we got some truck and we loaded it full of these serial terminals, and it was really fun to hook them up to your Linux machine and get to work and have RSC on your nightstand like we did at like we did at home almost. And we sold them off for like, I don't know, $25 or something like that at the time. And that was such a hit that people wanted these things and were like in awe of all of the old stuff that we had, and it was old at the time already. That we had to go back for a second run mid-event, but it ended up covering most of our costs at the end. So that was pretty awesome. Yeah.
So how many did you end up selling then?
To be fair, I do not remember, but it was way too much. I mean, we actually had one of those 9 cubic meters vans.
Oh, wow.
They were loaded. Yeah.
So that was your first event, and did you go to all the other events after that, or how did that work for you?
I missed a few in between. So a couple of years after that, in 2001, we had Hackers at Large at the university campus. So that was like a home stretch. So definitely there. Let's see. I was not there. Ohm we've been at
2013.
Yeah, exactly. And then help me out. SHA, obviously, exactly.
MCH 2022.
Obviously.
So in this year again.
Obviously, yes.
Good.
And hopefully many years to come. But it's cool to see how it keeps evolving and growing bigger every time.
Yep. So thank you, Florian, for your stories, and let's continue with other stuff.
So Florian also dove into some of the old fart stories, as I love to call them. Not trying to bug anybody, but I mean, 97 has been. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, but we're not saying Florian is an old fart.
No.
Only the stories are.
We wouldn't dare. But he already shed some light on HIP 97, and also last month I spoke with Koen, and Koen also had some stories to tell about HIP and the one coming after that, HAL 2001. So let's listen to some stories by Koen.
Each episode will be diving into a piece of history, something special from the predecessors of WHY2025. So that could be from the Galactic Hacker Party from 1989, Hackers at the End of the Universe from 93, Hacking in Progress 97, Hackers at Large 2001, What the Hack 2005, Hacking at Random 2009, Observe Hack Make 2013, Still Hacking Anyways 2017, May Contain Hackers from 2021, no, COVID happened, so that became May Contain Hackers 2022. And this week we will be taking a look at...
So at HIP 97,
Koen, tell us some more
hi,
stories.
there was not mate. That didn't exist yet.
Nope.
There was some Jolt Cola, but it was really in small quantities.
Uh-huh.
And the main thing we drank was beer.
Haha.
So instead of crates of mate, there was just crates of grolls. But HIP 97 was also really hot. It was extremely hot. And we had this tent, and back then there was a new thing where you had a plug that you could put in the power outlet, and there was pesticide in it.
Okay.
And so we brought sort of what is it called? A party tent.
Yep.
And then in each corner of the tent we had like 2 of these plugs with pesticide in it. And when you walked in to the tent, you sort of walked into the fume of pesticide. And what happened, there were these long langpootmuggen, the long-legged insects, mosquitoes. Yeah.
Mosquitoes, yeah.
And then when you were standing inside the tent, you could see the flies flying into the tent. And then they stopped flying and dropped dead. Literally.
Wow, must have been very healthy.
And it was like a few weeks after camp that these plugs were forbidden because they were toxic. They were so toxic that so if I die of cancer, that's probably one of the reasons.
Koen, tell us another old fart story. More old fart stories.
Yeah, it was so nice. So, at HIP 97 there were no real cool electronic badges. They had these printed badges.
Yeah.
And I thought that in one of the other, I think that Walter also told about that already.
And Alt as well.
Too.
Yeah.
So I have my own printer story. So when I arrived at camp, they were really busy with printing this stuff. So I got in without a badge. And then the next day I came back and it was really quiet at the entrance. So I got my badge printed. And then I went into camp and after an hour or so, I lost the badge. I have no idea where it went. So I went back and got another print, and every time I came there, it got more crazy. So it was like, do this pose, but you have to still keep still, because the camera was not very good at capturing moving images. You really had to, so it was me like this. So I have the last badge at home. I can look it up for you.
Yeah,
so
send me the picture, then I can.
It's a blue one, and it has a really weird picture on it. So.
If you can send me the picture, I will just shop it in for the YouTube channel, so I can show it to people.
Okay.
Awesome.
So that's HIP 97. Hey Nancy! Hey. Hi, nice to see you again.
It's so spontaneous. We're
still at Hack 42. So
old fart stories.
Old fart stories. I was at HAL 2001.
Yes.
And HAL 2001 was really nice because it was in my hometown, or at least it felt that way. I already lived in Delft and no longer in Enschede, but all of the people of Datanet Drienelo were there. In fact, HAL 2001 was organized by Gerrit and Rob. And I have to ask Gerrit if he still has the map of it, because I think that he still has some documentation about HAL 2001.
We also have, I have some of it at home as well. Right. Maybe also with some books.
So the nice thing was, it was like a home game, right? We were all there and it was
at
just...
the university in Twente, yeah.
The weird thing was that for me, it was not really like a camping, because the campus in Enschede is like a camping already. And you know all the places and you know where to go. If there's nobody there, there's always the door that you can pull open. There's like 50 nerds there and you can just chill out and do stuff.
Yeah.
So the guys from Datanet Drienelo built a monolith. monolith.
Uh-huh.
And they built like, I think it was 16 by 8 or something, terminals in a wooden frame with thermal concentrators, and you could display a large ASCII art screen over the entire terminal.
Very nice.
Really nice.
So ASCII
terminal was really
ASCII
nice.
terminal, very cool.
Also, at this camp, it was not that hot, right? It was also sort of raining, but there was a guy that brought Pan-Galactic Garble Blaster, which was a pallet of small tins with energy drink.
Yeah.
But they arrived somewhere late in the evening. And there was this security team walking around. But they were also the guys that imported the Pan-Galactic Garble Blaster. So they were walking around in the middle of the night shouting, it's here, the Pan-Galactic Garble Blaster is here. And then everybody was cheering. But it was really gross. If you take a sip, it was like your teeth were crackling from the sugar. That was
Okay. Yeah.
So that's not a drink where there was
Direct attack on your aorta.
Yeah, so it was like sugar and guarana and caffeine and much too much of all of it. But it was really gross. I would not recommend it. And I think there are still people that have cans from that also.
Serious?
So if you have a Pan-Galactic Garble Blaster
Send us
can, send us
your
a picture. Yeah.
Well, this week we actually have 2 vacancies, because there's one I also like to mention, which are not in the show notes yet, so Ad's not aware of this yet. But let's start off with you're searching for someone who wants to coordinate Arcade Village. That is a wish by Henry. We used to have Arcade Village, and it's also been called Rainbow Island, and it's like with old gaming things from the Dutch Gaming Museum. And well, we are looking for someone who wants to arrange this. If you want to arrange this, please reach out to me through the WHYcast, or reach out to Henry, which is Henry at WHY2025.org, to become a part of this. And we are also looking for a coordinator. What kind of coordinator, Ad?
Or team parking.
No.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
Wow.
It's still team parking. No, we really need someone to help Conmai out with arranging for about 1,200 cars to be parked.
Yep.
Because that needs coordination, because otherwise it'll be a mess.
Yeah, and we love chaos, but not that much.
Yes, it's very important parking, and we don't like very inefficient parking. So we could really use someone, and preferably someone who is actually Dutch, because that is a lot easier with legislations and permits. And
let's hope this is the last time we mention this vacancy of the month. For now.
Yeah. Month. Century? Vacancy of the century. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess we're there then, Ad.
Yeah, because I don't think we have a listener question.
No.
But if you do have a question, don't be shy. Put it in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or shoot us an email at WHYcast@WHY2025.org. Also, if you have comments or other questions regarding the WHYcast, if you have a cool story to share from former events, also put it in the comments, send us an email. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to not miss any future episodes, and share this with all your friends, because we all want them to come to Why. And with that, I think this has been episode 26, and I hope to see
half
you
a year.
Half a year. And then I hope to see you next Friday, because next Friday is another
WHYday.